The desert holds the last light of the day. Wide sand, low stone. A horizon so open, it almost feels unfinished. The sky is not dark yet. Not bright either. Just suspended between gold and blue. And the stillness here is not completely still. Fine dust moves across the ground in thin, restless lines. Dry grass bends, pauses, then shifts again. The far hills hold their shape, but the light keeps changing over them. Nothing lands all at once. And already, that same feeling is here. Not fear, not urgency, just the quiet sense that something hasn't settled. Like the day is ending, but not finished. Like the next thing is coming, but not here yet. The air touches the skin. Warm at first, then cooler underneath. Moving slowly across the face, the arms, the hands. And the body feels that in-between place. The waiting, the hovering, the almost arrival. The desert does not rush it. The light fades. The wind moves. The horizon opens. Again, the light fades. The wind moves. The horizon opens. A small stone casts a long shadow across the sand. The shadow stretches farther than the stone itself, thin and dark, reaching toward the open distance. And that quiet tension recognizes itself there. The way a small uncertainty can stretch across a whole inner landscape. The way one unfinished feeling can make everything seem suspended. not broken, not wrong, just not settled. The ground stays steady beneath all of it. Sand, stone, dry earth holding the heat of the day. Weight begins to register downward. Through the feet, through the legs, into the ground that has been here longer than the feeling. Then the body drops. Not softly, clearly. A heavier settling moves through the hips, the knees, the feet. The whole body sinks closer to the earth, as if a hidden effort finally lets go of holding itself above the moment. The desert receives the weight without reaction. The wind moves. The light fades. The horizon opens. And the breath begins to ease on its own. Not pulled deeper. Not shaped. Just less caught in the place that was waiting for everything to land. A faint line of color remains near the horizon. Gold thinning into rose. Rose fading into blue. Blue opening into the first depth of night. Everything is changing. Nothing is forcing the change. The dry grass moves again. A small hush passes over the sand. The wide sky keeps widening. The light fades. The wind moves. The horizon opens. And for a while, the rhythm carries the feeling exactly as it is. Not solved. Not named. Not pushed away. just held by space. Then, suddenly, the pattern changes. A small gust crosses the desert floor and lifts a spiral of dust into the fading light. It rises quickly, turns once, then disappears. Nothing dramatic, nothing loud, but attention snaps closer. The desert is no longer distant. The air is right on the skin. The ground is right beneath the weight. The moment is right here. And something changes. The unsettled feeling is still present. But it no longer feels like a warning. It feels like transition. A threshold. A passage. A space between shapes. That lands deeper than thought. Closer. More real. Less distant than the story around it. The body grows heavier again. The chest has more room. The jaw no longer feels as guarded. The breath moves through with less resistance. The desert remains vast. Same sand. Same hills. Same evening turning slowly into night. But the way it is being held has changed. What has been waiting for settlement begins to understand the movement. Not everything becomes clear before it becomes safe. Not everything finishes before it begins to open. The light fades. The wind moves. The horizon opens. And now the rhythm feels different. Less like waiting. More like becoming. The first star appears above the darker edge of the hills. Small, steady, easy to miss until it is already there. And with it, the sky changes. Not all at once. But undeniably. The future is not closed. Even here, in the unfinished hour, even while the ground still holds the heat of what came before, even while night has not fully arrived, something is still possible. The next shape has not revealed itself yet. But the space for it is already opening. The horizon does not end the desert. It invites the eye farther. It makes room for what cannot be seen from here. And the body knows this now in a quieter way. Weight low. Breath easier. Air cooling across the skin. That quiet tension loosens around the edges. The old need for everything to settle begins to soften into something wider. There is still movement. Still uncertainty. Still a horizon not fully known. But it no longer closes the moment. The desert turns blue. The stones lose their sharpness. The sand becomes one continuous hush beneath the sky. The wind moves, the light fades, the horizon opens. And the opening becomes easier to feel. Not like excitement, not like certainty, like a deeper permission for life to continue without everything fully arranged. A second star appears. Then another. The sky is not empty. It was only waiting for the light to change. And that truth moves through the body with quiet force. What feels unsettled may not be absence. It may be space becoming visible. The chest opens a little more. The breath passes through more freely. The body remains heavy, grounded, real. And life continues from here. Not after the feeling disappears. Not after the path becomes obvious. Not after every answer arrives. Here, under the darkening sky, with cool air moving over warm skin, with the horizon still widening beyond what can be known. Something is opening. Not above the moment. Within it. A real opening. A deeper movement. A quiet return of possibility where the mind had started to close. The desert does not end at dusk. It becomes another world. the same ground, the same stones, the same open distance. But new light begins to reveal what daylight could not show. The wind moves forward across the sand. The shadows lengthen into softness. The stars keep arriving, one small point at a time. This is not over. This is continuing. What has not settled is still becoming part of the path. What has not arrived is still moving toward form. What has not opened yet is already beginning to loosen. The wind moves. The night opens. The horizon remains. And beyond this moment, there is more sky. More room. More movement. More life forming quietly beyond what can be seen. The body stays heavy with the earth. The breath stays free enough to continue. The air keeps moving, cool and real across the skin. And what hasn't settled yet begins to feel less like something wrong. And more like the space where the next opening is beginning.